You know what I thought of? I go to the movies every week, so I have to tell you guys what I think. I am back to do another movie review. The movie that I just recently went to go see. If you love action, then this is a movie that you need to see. It is so good, you guys. I'm telling you. Welcome to my Mother's Day special. I am going to be counting down the top 5 favorite Mother's Day movies. You ask me, how am I going to do this? It's simple. I had to look at some of my favorite movies and then ones that had to do with mothers going over and beyond the call of duty for their kids. So when I looked at those 5 favorite movies, all of them had the same actress in it. Not all of them, but majority of them had the same actress in it. And that is my girl, Halle Berry. I mean, she has stood the test of time as far as beauty, body, wisdom, everything. Her movies, the girl is just, she is a phenomenal actress. So we're going to count down my 5 favorite movies that have to do with mothers going against the odds, okay? Or overcoming the odds, overcoming change. Let me just jump right into it. Now, after watching my special, if you want to see more of me, go ahead and hit that subscribe. And if you want to see more, basically, if you like it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And if you want to see more of me, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Let's jump right into it, okay? Start coming in. Number 5 is going to be Bruised, that came out in 2020. Now, the thing about Bruised is the fact that she was this fighter. She was trying to do a comeback, even though she was a little older. She was overcoming an alcohol problem. And the big thing about this movie, not only did she produce it and direct it and star in it, is the fact that she was beat up. It was hard to see Halle Berry looking like that. You know, even though one of her baby daddies ended up looking like that after they had a exchange for the weekend. But we ain't gonna go into that because you know I love to tell the tea. But anyway, okay. Now, in this movie, Bruised, if you guys haven't seen it, you should check it out. Because during the movie, her son comes to live with her. A son that she had that she just dropped off and left with the dad. When she left the son with the dad, she didn't even think nothing else about it. However, in this movie, the father dies and her little boy comes to live with her. And her lifestyle is not set up to have a little boy there. And he doesn't talk, you know. He doesn't talk. And they don't say that anything is wrong with him. They just said that he's selective nonverbal due to trauma. And that was seeing his father get killed. Now, even though her house wasn't set up, her lifestyle was not set up to have a child, she actually becomes the mother that he needs her to be towards the end of the movie. But you know what? Maternal instincts come out because her boyfriend was trying to boo-bop her and she's like, you can boo-bop me all you want. You can hit me, but don't you touch my baby. And from that point on, she may not have been a mother in the beginning, but when it came time, she stood up to her challenge. She basically stood up to the responsibility of being a mother, and it came natural to her. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Kidnap, that came out in 2017. Now, this movie really gets you. It really gets you because we've all had our kids playing at the park, and you are supposed to keep a good eye on your kids, but sometimes things happen. She's going through a custody battle and all of a sudden her son is taken, Frankie, and she is adamant she is going to get him. I mean, will you ever see a movie and you're like, no, I would have chased him, I would have did that? That's exactly what Halle Berry did. She chased them, the car that had her baby. She caused a couple of accidents on the freeway, but she was not going to stop until she got her son back. Now, and coming in at number 3 is the story of Dorothy Dandridge. She used to dance like kind of with the fruit. You know, oh no, that's Josephine Baker. Wait a minute. Okay, Dorothy Dandridge. She was a black entertainer back in the day. Very pretty. But the thing that I loved about this movie is that she lost a couple of husbands. Well, no, she didn't lose a couple of husbands. Oh my God, you guys, I made the biggest mistake talking about Dorothy Dandridge. I should have listened to my first mind that said it was Josephine Baker. I knew I had it right the first time. As you see, I cut it and made it Dorothy Dandridge. So we're talking about Josephine Baker. I mean, it's two pretty actresses. You know, Lynn Whitfield played Josephine Baker and Halle Berry played her. So yeah, that was my fault, my mistake. Her husband was fed up, and I think she had about 6 or 7 of them. Her husband was fed up with her, was like, hey, if you take another kid, this is the laundry, and was left there, and she wanted to adopt him, and he was like, that's it, I'm not doing it. But the fact is that her heart was so big. She was the type of woman that even though she wasn't a natural mother, she said, I'm going to be a mother. I can afford him or not. And I think that's how parents, we do. We'll make a way out of something. Like Martin Lawrence said, mama gonna work it out. Mama gonna work it out. Boop. Okay. Now, coming in at number 2, this movie came out in 1994, and she did have to play a crackhead. And it's just like in Jungle Fever, you got to get those creds up. And she left her baby. She threw him away in a trash can. And this movie also stars Jessica Bates. Jessica Bates. What's her name? Jessica Fonda. Okay. It stars her, and it stars Halle Berry with her. I'm going to probably pop her name up because I don't know. I have my notes up here, but I can't see them. I wrote them too small. But anyway, in Losing Isaiah, she cleaned herself up. She became the mother that he needed her to be. But the fact is that since he was born, he had only lived with Jessica Tate, or Jessica, what is her name? I can't think. She only lived with the white mother who was the nurse that nursed him back to health. Now, the thing about that story is it went into race. It went into like, well, why would a white woman try to raise a black little boy? And Halle Berry really liked this movie because she said, I was raised by a white woman. My dad is black, but my mom is white. So that doesn't mean I'm any less qualified to raise a child that's black. So she really liked this movie. I thought it was a really good movie because Halle Berry shows that parents, sometimes we may not have the best qualifications at the time, but we will rise to the occasion. And that's what she did in Losing Isaiah. She rose to the occasion. And then at the end, she did what was best for him by letting him go ahead and be with the adoptive mother who had raised him his whole life because that's all he knew. And she wanted to be in his life. But sometimes we make sacrifices for our kids because at the end of the day, it's not about us. It's about the children. So that is my number 2 movie with Halle Berry. Coming in at number 1 is going to be Lovely's Life. Now, that is based on the character Lovely. That is based on me, on my life. It has not been produced, directed, a screenplay, written, anything like that. But I definitely would have to tell you that the story of my life, even though it hasn't been put out yet, even when I have had to be such a mother to overcome the odds, to overcome a lot of challenges that have been in my life. And I will say that my life story is definitely stranger than fiction, but it is definitely one of the best stories and the best movies that could ever be brought. I've always had kids. I've always wanted kids. I have 4 children. I've always wanted 6, but my 4th son, he is the work of almost another 2. So those are my 6 kids. I always wanted kids of all different colors, ethnicities, but when you put all of my children together, that's what you have, my kids, like a little rainbow coalition. I love kids so much. I wanted them each to have like their own personal father. So there you go. I'm joking. They all don't each have their own father. I have been the wealthiest mother at times, the most responsible mother at times, but I've always been a strong mother, and I've always loved my kids. And I think with parents, sometimes, you got to give us a break. We're learning too, especially with mothers. We definitely love our kids so much. I mean, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, whether you're perfect, whether you're not, as long as you have love for your kids, then you're a perfect mom too. And with that being said, I'll see you next time.